Because I know that sometimes he will be on songs with people, and there would be some guys that would play the record, and then when they came to his verse, they would cut it off. But I never did that. You know, I always try to give everybody a fair shot, you know, and then I'll always try to be the guy that if I didn't like it, I'm gonna tell you, dog, I didn't like it. I see where you're trying to go with it, and just because I don't like it doesn't mean it's not a hit or a good record. It's just not for me, not my taste.
Bet you've had to deal with a lot of that being in the Music City, Motown.
Let me tell you, one of the most overwhelming things that happened to me back in 1995 was the amount of mixtapes that I got. And then the CDs.
Oh, that's that wave too. And then you went through thumb drives too. I know you have touched so many artists in the city though, you know, and it's like if you get a Bushman interview, that's a legendary interview. Like I told you earlier, I was doing my research on the internet. I'm like, let me do some research. Let me look at some interviews of him. I got you interviewing the world. But it's very rare that someone can get a interview with you. So we are grateful here at the Cobain Report. Well, at this point, I think anybody would be happy for you to be able to come in and do anything because it's definitely going to bring, you know, light or awareness to their establishment. At this point, you like Keith Lee, but the radio version. They go turn these clubs up. I remember hearing your promos. You know, we was talking about those legendary nights. Talk about some of your legendary club nights here in the city, man. What are some of the craziest things that you can talk about legally?
Legally. Yeah, legally.
Legally.
I should have had this question prior to this sit down so that I could go to my legal counsel to see what I can legally say to you. St. Andrews was obviously probably one of the longest running crazy club nights. 10 years, I think we did 18 and up, 3 floors of fun, voted by Spin Magazine as the wildest club in America. And through those nights, so, like if you ever talk to Don Q, ask him, does he have Hot in Here on his computer? He will probably tell you, oh, hell no.
He had to spend it that many times.
Well, I'm going to keep it 100. I used to live across the street, so I didn't have to drive. So the next Friday, Don Q drops the record again.
Oh
I'm not even sauced. But I'm like, he drops the record again. I do it again. The next Friday,
you know for it.
Next Friday, he drops it. I do it. And then 2 other people do it. The next Friday, we had about 10 people do it.
You know it.
The next Friday, as soon as the song hit, the whole front of the bar right there in the corner just turned their heads the way to us, and you just girls and guys.
Oh my God.
It was crazy.
Legendary moments.
Oh my God. It was wild. So he won't play that record.
Yeah.
No.
He's getting hot in here.
He won't play Hot in Here.
Talk to me about some of your influences growing up in North Carolina, man.
Influences there was not really any in North Carolina. Not really. I can't say. Like when I went to college, I went to North Carolina A&T State University, Aggie Pride.
Shout out.
Maybe my influences were the circle of people I was around. I used to hang out with a lot of people from New York, New Jersey, and that's why a lot of people like, you're originally from North Carolina, but you don't have a country accent. I never had one. But they maybe see a lot of different things in culture-wise. That's when I got into reggae and things like that, and go-go out of D.C. And so those things were kind of like, I think when I really started getting into all that stuff, that's one of the ways I kind of ended up outgrowing feeling like being in North Carolina. Now, North Carolina is different now, but at the time, I needed something different to help me grow as a person and as a job.
What did you want to be growing up? Sorry, Tim. I know you got one waiting. I know. I'm sorry. I'm hogging it. Growing up, what did you think you wanted to be?
An airline pilot. Don't know. Yes, I
wanted to be a firefighter, so bro, you good.
I wanted to be a pilot. So like when I fly now, I'm in first class. I feel like every once in a while you can see me like doing like this, like I'm flying the plane.
You missed your calling.